Hey, thanks for checking out the Pure Delusion YouTube channel. So, I wanted to make a quick 5-minute video explaining the connections between Donald Trump and either the people on his campaign or the people on his staff and their connections to Russia. So I've got the web pulled up here. So the Washington Post put out a web that explains possible links or known links between people in Trump's campaign or his staff that are connected to Russia. So as you can see, Donald Trump himself does not have any confirmed links to Russia. And the main problem with that is Donald Trump has never released his tax returns. So until he releases his tax returns, we're never really going to know what are his links to Russia. But we do know that Donald Trump Jr., his son, said in 2008 that Russians make up a disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets within the Trump organization. So moving on, we're going to talk quickly about Paul Manafort. So Paul Manafort was Trump's campaign manager for a period of time before he resigned. He worked with a pro-Russian government in the Ukraine. Viktor Yanukovych was the president of Ukraine. He worked with him for several years, and Yanukovych's presidency was plagued with corruption, as well as being viewed as pretty much a puppet of Vladimir Putin. So another big name we want to talk about is Rex Tillerson. He's the Secretary of State. He used to be the CEO of ExxonMobil. He's made, I've heard, upwards of $200 million in the oil industry in Russia. So he has known links between not only Russian businesses but also Russian government. He said he considers Vladimir Putin a friend, and he was given the award, some sort of friendship award from Vladimir Putin. So his ties and links with Russia are very well known and established. So the next person is the Attorney General Jeff Sessions, and he's also a former senator from Alabama. So Sessions got into big trouble because during his confirmation hearings, Al Franken asked him, hey, have you ever met with the Russians? Has anybody in Trump's campaign met with Russians? And Sessions said, hey, not that I know of. And it comes to find out that Sessions not only met with the Russian ambassador Kislyak, not once, but also twice, and he lied to Congress about that. So Sessions had to come out and say that he's going to recuse himself of any investigations that are going to happen between Trump and Russia. He also said that he doesn't remember what he and the ambassador talked about in their two meetings, which is extremely shady. So another guy that was part of Trump's presidential staff as well as his campaign staff was Michael Flynn. He was the national security advisor, but he had to resign or he was fired. So basically he was fired or resigned because the CIA found that he was talking on the phone with Kislyak, talking about rolling back certain sanctions that President Obama had put into place. And these conversations had occurred after Election Day but before the inauguration, so Trump really wasn't even our president yet. And to top that all off, Flynn lied and said he had never talked to Kislyak or anybody from the Russian government. So there's two more people I want to touch on before we run out of time. So Carter Page was an advisor to Donald Trump, particularly on foreign policy. Carter Page worked in oil industry in Russia and Central Asia. And basically he admitted that he had met with Kislyak during the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. But again, he never really explained what the meeting was about, just like everybody else in Trump's campaign. And the last guy I want to talk about is Roger Stone. Now, Roger Stone is one of the guys who has a possible link with the Russian government, but nothing's confirmed. Now, Roger Stone is some sort of political strategist. He's a troll. He likes to lobby. Now, he was just giving, advice, strategy to the Trump campaign. So he came out and said that he had possible back channels with Julian Assange, who is the guy who runs WikiLeaks, who released all those emails about Hillary Clinton from the DNC, John Podesta, all the emails that were hacked and had a potentially negative effect on Hillary's campaign. And it's assumed, and the CIA and the NSA and the FBI all came out and said they believe that the Russians were the ones that gave WikiLeaks the hacked emails. So that makes a lot of people think that Trump and Roger Stone, so Trump's campaign plus Roger Stone, were colluding with the Russians to negatively influence the 2016 presidential election in his favor. Additionally, the FBI came out and said they believe that the Russians were the ones behind the hacks and that they think the Russians did this to negatively affect Hillary Clinton and to help Donald Trump. Now, I just want to point out the stuff about Roger Stone is not completely factual. It's never been 100% proven. So as you can see, Donald Trump himself has no known links. It's just a lot of his people that he is associated with and that are on his presidential campaign staff as well as his presidential staff now that he's in office. So I hope the video helped. As you can see, there's a lot of smoke, not a lot of fire. There's never really been a smoking gun that's came out yet. So what do I think is going to happen? I think this Russia thing is going to hurt Trump eventually, and it's going to hurt the Republican Party. So thanks for watching. Hope this video helped.